Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder. Today we're diving into the world of Albany International, but don't worry, it's not just about Albany, New York. We're decoding their latest financial moves, and let's just say, someone is getting a big payday. We're looking at a report from Albany International with the date of February 21, 2025. This is like a snapshot of what was happening with the company at that time. It's a Form 8K, which companies use to announce important events to their investors and to the Securities and Exchange Commission. So the big news here is all about executive compensation, which is how much the top bosses get paid. The company's compensation committee, which is a group of people in charge of deciding how much the executives should get, approved some awards for the bigwigs, giving them performance stock units and restricted stock units. In other words, they are awarding shares to the executives if they meet certain targets, or if they stay with the company for a certain amount of time. Let's start with performance stock unit awards. Executives can get what they call a share bonus. Basically, they have a target amount of shares they could get, but here's the catch. They only get paid if the company hits certain goals over 3 years, starting at the beginning of 2025 and running to the end of 2027. The Compensation Committee will look at all the results in early 2028, and if all goes well, they get the bonuses in March 2028. It can range from 0% to 200% of the target, depending on how good the company does during this time. If you want to read the fine print, there's a copy of the agreement as an exhibit to this report. So, who are these lucky executives and what are they getting? Well, Gunnar Cleveland could get 16,349 shares. Robert D. Starr is in line for 5632 shares, Merle Stein could get 3379 shares, Chris Stone is looking at 3867 shares, and Joseph M. Gogg has a target of 3201 shares. This doesn't mean they automatically get these shares, it's just a target. What do they have to do to earn those shares? The company is measuring things like adjusted EBITDA, return on invested capital, or ROIC, and relative total shareholder return, or RTSR. In simple terms, they're looking at how well the company is making money, how well it's using its investments, and how its stock is performing compared to other companies. All of these things will determine if they get those shares. Now let's move to the restricted stock unit awards. Here, the executives are getting shares that vest, meaning they get full ownership of them over time. Think of it like this. The company is giving them a fixed number of shares, and they get a little bit of it each year over 3 years if they stick around. And again, if you're into the details, there's a copy of the actual agreement as an exhibit. The share amounts for the restricted stock unit awards are the same as with the performance stock units. Gunnar Cleveland could get 16,349 shares. Robert D. Starr is in line for 5632 shares, Merle Stein could get 3379 shares, Chris Stone is looking at 3867 shares, and Joseph M. Gogg has a target of 3201 shares. But remember, they only get these shares if they stay with the company for 3 years. They vest ratably, so it unlocks 1/3 each year of the 3 years of service to the company.